Hey everyone, check this out. A fully 3D pink Porsche spinning on a reflective floor. And the best part, I made this entirely in the browser using JavaScript and Three.js. Today I'll show you how I did it step by step. And if you know JavaScript, you can make this too, even if you have never touched 3D before. So here's the project. We have a main HTML file and a JavaScript file where all the magic happens. The goal was simple: create a cinematic interactive 3D Porsche scene with soft lights, reflective ground and subtle camera motion. Here's what I have used. Three.js, the core 3D library for rendering everything in WebGL, and GLTFLoader loads the Porsche model in .glb format. OrbitControls lets us rotate and zoom the camera with the mouse. Reflector gives us a glossy, reflective ground. All of this runs entirely in the browser, no heavy software needed. First, I set up the scene camera in renderer. I choose a dark background and some fog to give depth. The camera is positioned slightly above the car so it looks cinematic, and I used perspective camera for realistic 3D perspective. Next comes the lighting. This is where the aesthetic comes alive. I combined hemisphere light for the soft ambient light, a key directional light for the main highlights and the shadows, a rimmed light with a certain pink tint to give that soft, elegant vibe, and a point light above the car for extra accent. Lighting makes the pink Porsche pop and feel more realistic. Reflective flow. To get this glossy reflection, I use Three.js Reflector. It's basically a mirrored plane below the car. I also added a standard dark plane so the scene isn't pitch black before shadows render. Here's the Porsche loaded with GLTFLoader. Once it's loaded, I normalize its scale and center it. Then comes the fun part, painting. I made the body pink, the rims glossy black. Notice I didn't paint this in Blender, it's all programmatic in JavaScript. That's the beauty of Three.js, you can tweak materials on the fly. Finally, the animation. The car rotates slowly on the pivot. I also subtly move the camera back and forth for depth. The result, a smooth cinematic motion that's lightweight and runs in the browser. Now, do you need to know 3ds Max Blender to do this? Not really. If you know JavaScript and can learn Three.js basics, you can load models, apply lights, materials, and create animations like this. Of course, modeling your own cars would require 3D skills, but for web applications, using pre-made .glb models is totally fine. Some quick tips if you want to try this: start with simple shapes before moving to complex models. Use OrbitControls to make camera navigation interactive. Experiment with lights, materials. Tiny changes make a huge usual difference. Always normalize your model so it's centered and scaled properly. Subtle camera motion adds cinematic depth. If you enjoyed this breakdown, I'll put the full source code in the description so you can try it yourself. Comment below what 3D car or object I should animate next. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell if you want more tutorials. Thanks for watching.